many humans, they have jobs where they're supposed to work 8 hours a day, but the amount of work that they actually have, they could get done in 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So they have to pretend to work for the other 6 hours. So I'm reading this book called Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber. Fuck, it's great, man. But he just is, addressing the fact that we've gotten to the point now where we really don't need to work as much as we are.
Yeah.
But because the model of things is that when we go to work, we're selling our time. Mm-hmm. So the idea is I go to work, I'm selling you 8 hours of time.
Correct.
Which means I'm your slave for 8 hours, essentially. Yeah. And so within that 8 hours, if there's downtime, the employer feels like he's getting ripped off.
Right.
So she's like, no, you can't just sit and look at the internet, even though there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And so you get punished for efficiency. If you can finish your job in 2 hours, you're going to either lose 6 hours of pay because you go home.
Right.
Or you're going to get chastised because you're sitting around for the other 6 hours. So you have to start faking work. Wow. And according to Graeber, this is like one of the most psychologically brutal things that can happen to a human.
To fake what you could do efficiently.
Yeah, because it's BDSM. Because it's a form of BDSM where you have to sit and pretend.
And BDSM means, so for people that don't know, it's like brutal.
No, BDSM, it's bondage, domination, I guess, BDSM, and sadomasochism, BDSM.
Right. That's
great. I'm glad you asked me that because it's so funny. I love it, and I don't even know what the fucking acronym, what it stands for.
Oh, I know. Like if I see a picture of a lady with like a whip and like some sharp stuff and some cat suit and you see like some guy who's married but is just stopping at her house for an hour. Yeah. I know that's BDSM.
That is BDSM.
But I don't know what it means.
Bondage, domination, sadomasochism. I always think.
It's bondage and discipline.
Ooh. So you're saying then having to fake what you could be able to do just to be able to keep your job and your pay. That is brutal. It's brutal as a person.
It's sick.
And if you don't do it, you're going to get fired.
Right. So so he's writing about how the culture, the way it works is the employer knows that there's not enough work. So the sickness of it is you both kind of have to lie to each other. So not only are you having to do this play act of pretending to work, but you're also like having to be dishonest throughout the day. You're having to, and because he says like what defines a bullshit job is that it really doesn't have any impact at all in the world. There's really no need for it to exist. But not just that, the employee knows that the job is not doing anything, is useless.
Wow.
So you're many people are just stuck in this hell realm of just essentially like pouring water out of one cup into the other and then pouring it back and then pouring it back.
Right.
And they're getting paid. And a lot of them get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the other thing he points out, which is really fucking nuts, which is that the most essential jobs, those people get paid the least. And the least essential jobs, those people get paid the most.
Yeah. And then when you factor in all the other, when you factor in the fact that somebody got the easiest one because his fucking dad was somebody, like it just probably just creates so much angst.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
But then we don't. So, and the next step is automation because the next step is automation. I mean, is that the next step? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. So the next step is going to look like, theoretically, it's going to look like AI is going to get to the point where it can start doing like accounting and like law. Mm-hmm. So not like trial lawyers, but most law involves like, creating a will or just it's law is code.
Right.
So AI is going to get to the point where it can create a will for you, create a prenup for you, create a, do all the shit that you would have to go to a human for. And it's not just that, it's like going to do the same thing for accounting. Mm-hmm. It's going to do the same thing for pretty much anything that's based on code.
Right. Anything is based on some of those books where there's not a lot of, where it doesn't have to be argued.
Exactly.
Where it's kind of set in stone. And you already see that with like LegalZoom. I mean, you already see the little elements of that are reaching out to the people and that are connecting us. And we don't know what goes on. Next thing you know, you have a patent.
That's right.
Next thing you know, you have an LLC set up.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like that. So people think that automation means Oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna lose all the taxi industry is gonna be completely automated, and fast food chains, well, that'll be completely automated, and that's really sad because fast food workers, they don't get paid enough money for the work they do. They have these shitty jobs.
Yeah, I'll tip them. A lot of times, I'll throw the lady $10.
And we should. I mean, this is a hell job, and that's the other really crazy thing about our society is we look down on those people. So there's a judgment if you work at McDonald's. Like you're shamed for that job. But your job is fucking hard and it sucks. And
somebody in there's always not doing shit.
Right.
Fucking Lawrence by the fries is never fucking doing shit. He's trying to fuck.
Right.
Or he's not doing anything.
Why would he? He's barely getting paid.
Yeah.
He's burning his skin. But
Roberta is doing, she cares.
She's picking up his extra because she wants to get promoted.
Yeah.
So it's this sick vortex of like, no, the same drama of Game of Thrones is taking place in McDonald's where people are in this microcosm.
Game of fries. But you see it when you're at the front desk, dude. You know, you see like there's usually like a Latino woman or like kind of like a middle-aged black woman that's like, or like a red-headed kind of white lady that hasn't been outside in a long time, and they're like the leader. They're like devout, and they have like the little, you know, even the little tie-up thing by the top of their dress or smock, and then you see like somebody over by the window, biggest headset, fucking furious, you know, threatening people.
It's a hell realm, and the meat is sizzling, and all the weird chemicals are blowing into their face all day. And it's like
You're making me hungry.
We gotta go eat. It's delicious food,
but it's a hell realm. And so you're saying that we have these jobs now, and people are living in these worlds,
right? Yeah. So
and that's going to become automated.
So what happens is the fast food workers rightfully want to get paid more because they're like, this is ridiculous that I'm not getting paid a living wage.
Yeah.
And so the people who are running the franchises and running the corporations know that I have to start paying my workers $20 an hour or $25 or $23 or $17 an hour. At some point, the amount I have to pay them becomes more expensive than the amount I would have to pay to implement robots, automation. And so at that point, it becomes pointless to use a human anymore.
Right.
So that's what's called market pressure.
Right.
So once it crosses past whatever that boundary is, that pushes us closer to full automation. So those people now don't have jobs, and the Uber drivers don't have jobs, but not just the Uber drivers, the truck drivers don't have jobs anymore, right? So, and that's interesting.
Oh, don't take away my truckers, man.
Gone.
Don't.
So that's gone. And now when the truck drivers don't have jobs, guess what goes next? The fucking truck stops, and all the little towns and that are built on the economy of trucks stopping on the highway.
Yeah, stop and get a smoothie, stop and get a jerk off, whatever, anywhere. Let me come over there. I'm going to get some gas and come over here off the interstate.
That is exactly right. All of those, what are trucker prostitutes called?
Lot lizards, they call
them.
The
lot lizards.
Yeah.
All the lot lizards, they have to go slithering where there's going to be it's going to be like a refugee crisis. Lot lizards just slithering into Vegas.
Meet up,
just this huge.
Meeting up in Sedona.
Slithering through the rocks and just rising up over Vegas, and that's just
fucking
And what are we going to do with them? You know, what are we going to do with all the lot lizards?
I don't know.
This is the future. These are the problems of the future.
What's up, guys? Sitting here with this marijuana plant. I think also could be just a regular plant. Could be poison ivy, bro. I'm about to smoke myself into some itchy. Just watch another clip since you're already here. You know what I'm saying?